Hello friends. So you are aware that we regularly post clinical case-based discussions and reasoning question discussions on our channel, and therefore if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, it will be a good time to subscribe now. So let's see today's case. Um, a person residing in a remote village of Ratnagiri was brought to the PHC, uh, primary healthcare center, with the scorpion bite. Now, there are signs of neuronal hyperexcitability that the patient was in a spastic paralysis. The muscles all over the body were hypertonic. Which of the following channels is the likely target of the scorpion venom? That's the question. The scorpion was suspected to be the death stalker. It's a very deadly type of a scorpion. So the question was, which channel is targeted by this particular scorpion venom? And the options are HCN gated sodium channel, or calcium activated potassium channel, or calcium activated chloride channel, or N type voltage gated calcium channel. Any idea as to what could be the answer? Okay, let's figure out. Now, this could be a question at first prof level. I know it's slightly difficult from the first prof point of view because poisons are generally not taught at the first prof. But then channels, definitely, you have to know about the channels from the first year itself. Uh, and if at all it is asked as a 10 marks question, then it will be name the poison and the channel affected. Forget about the poison for now, but at least the channel which is targeted. And then how does the channel operate? How does the channel function? And explain the basis for neuronal excitability. What was the reason why there was spastic paralysis? And then what are the locations or functions of the other channels which are mentioned in the other options? So from the first prof point of view, it is slightly difficult, but it will be interesting because scorpion venom and the channels that you're already aware of. So let's see. And you got to guess, you got to answer whether it's a sodium channel, potassium channel, chloride channel, or calcium channel. Let's discuss it. Yes, the answer is it's the potassium channel. And what type of potassium channel? It is BK type of channel. And you can see here the subscript written in small is the calcium. So big potassium, which is potassium channel activated by the calcium. So it's written like this, or the same channel is also called as maxi K channel, that is maximum current of potassium, maximum efflux of potassium. Therefore maxi K, again subscript is calcium, so something to do with calcium here, but channel is of potassium. These are big conductance potassium channels. Now this is the simpler term, big conductance potassium channels. So BK, this is BK channel, also called as calcium activated potassium channels. So now you can understand, this is little simple. It's a potassium channel, but it is activated by calcium. So potassium efflux can occur only when the calcium level increases inside the cell. Let's see how it works. Now, let's start with this. Now, the basic physiology is that if there is repetitive bursts of action potentials in the neuronal cells, let's say in some circuit of the brain, there is repetitive firing in the neurons, action potentials are being fired. What happens is there is increase in the intracellular calcium. Intracellular means neurons, neuronal cells. So you can see here that this neuron is repeatedly firing action potentials, and you know every time it reaches the terminal, there is opening of calcium channels, voltage gated calcium channels. They will open and the calcium influx will happen. So because of the repetitive firing of action potentials, temporarily the intracellular calcium increases. Intracellular means in the neuron here, the calcium concentration increases, and this calcium now activates the potassium channel. So it is called as the calcium activated potassium channel. So that point is clear now. Calcium activated potassium channel seen in the neurons, neuronal membranes. So after a burst of repetitive action potentials through the neuron, increase in the calcium inside, and it opens this BK channel, big conductance potassium channel. Now because of that, there will be a large efflux of potassium. There is a big current of potassium from inside to outside, large efflux. And obviously, if the potassium goes out, positive charges are leaving the neurons in large numbers. That means inside becomes excessively negative. We call it hyperpolarization. Simple. So neuron is hyperpolarized. Now, what is this all about? Look, this you can see as an inbuilt check, an inherent check, that repetitive action potentials, repetitive firing should not happen continuously for prolonged durations. And for that, after some amount of repetitive firing of the neuron, calcium increases inside the neuron temporarily. It opens that potassium channel, big potassium channel, or big conductance potassium channel. Potassium leaves and the same neuron becomes hyperpolarized. Now you know that hyperpolarization means temporary inhibition. This neuron will be difficult to reach threshold and cause action potentials. So further action potentials cannot happen in a burst fashion, in a repetitive firing mode. So this is an inbuilt check that after a certain amount of repetitive firing of action potentials, for some time the neuron will be hyperpolarized, and this has been called as membrane stabilizing effect, that the neuronal membrane will be stabilized for some time. It will not be a hyper excitability of the neurons in the brain, and this prevents the repetitive firing of the neurons. So it's an inbuilt check, an inbuilt protective mechanism against the excessive firing of neurons. This is the normal physiology related to this particular channel. Now let's see what happens next. We are talking about the death stalker, the scorpion, and its toxin is charybdotoxin. Now this charybdotoxin, the scorpion venom, it is known to bind to these BK channels. It's known to bind to these potassium channels. So what will happen is it will remove that membrane stabilizing effect of these channels. Look, this big conductance potassium channel was causing a calming influence on the neurons, isn't it? Now that is prevented by this particular scorpion venom, and therefore it results in hyper excitability of the neurons. That potassium channel was preventing the excessive firing and hyper excitability of the neurons. Now that is blocked by the scorpion venom, and therefore there will be hyper excitability of the neurons and even in the muscles. This results in the spastic paralysis. So hyper excitability of the neurons by the as a result of that scorpion venom, and resulting in excessive firing of the neurons, and therefore muscles throughout the body will become rigid. There will be spastic paralysis in that patient. So that was the explanation to this particular MCQ, or if it's a 5 or 10 marks question, you may write about the channel and its conductance of potassium. And then the last question was describe the other channels also. In brief, you can just mention about the other channels. Calcium activated chloride channel, that was one option. So similar way, just as potassium channel gets activated, there are certain chloride channels also which are calcium activated. So calcium influx will occur, and when its level increases intracellularly, then it activates the chloride channel instead. This is seen in the neurons, and it serves the same purpose, same function. Like potassium efflux results in hyperpolarization. Chloride, in the case of chloride, there is chloride influx by concentration gradient, and again the result will be same, hyperpolarization, and therefore it regulates the excitability of the neurons. This channel is also seen in the epithelial cells, where it regulates the secretion of those cells. So calcium activated chloride channel was one option. Then N-type calcium channel, that was also another option. N-type. Now this N stands for neuronal. So this also is present in the neuronal membranes. It is called as CAV 2.2. CAV, that is calcium and voltage gated. Calcium voltage gated. So simply speaking, this is voltage gated calcium channel, also called N-type calcium channel. And we are all aware already that this voltage gated calcium channel is at the presynaptic terminal. So we are talking about this channel, and whenever the impulse arrives, this channel opens and calcium influx occurs through this channel. And then the last one was HCN gated sodium channel. You must have heard it about this channel already. Hyperpolarization activated cyclic nucleotide gated, HCN gated sodium channel. Well, this is found in the heart, in the SA nodal cells, and this is partly responsible for the pacemaker current. This channel is also called as funny channel, and there is sodium influx through this channel. This current is called as funny current. So this was the MCQ. It was little difficult from the first prof point of view, but it will make a value addition to your understanding of the channels proteins and how various channel proteins behave.